Morning, everyone. My name's Kirk Snyder with Opossum Hollow Lures and Baits. Um, it's January 8th. It's a balmy 11 degrees out. Feels like 3 is what it said this morning on the thermometer. It's getting close to the end of the season here. There's pretty much everything around the area here is all froze up and everything. But I wanted to share with you guys a set that I still use. I know some people are going to say it's outdated, but if you have the right conditions, everything's froze up, you can't keep your dirt holes working and everything, these sets really work. They will produce. A couple years ago here, we had some bad snowfall, and I went out across a mountain that's very close here and set all the spring holes that I could, and in 2 weeks time I ended up taking 22 prime beautiful red fox. This set will take anything pretty much that walks by it. I've caught weasel in it, mink in it, coon, possums, skunks, and coyotes, and red fox. So I'll show you guys how to make it, and if anybody has any questions, you can get a hold of me and I'll try and do the best I can here to show you how to make it. It's not hard. I do all my set construction pre-season. Get the leaves and stuff raked out, all the sticks moved back. You need a stepping rock. That's one of the most important aspects. You don't want your slope of your bank to be straight down. I have caught fox in ones that they had to climb down the bank, but I find that they come in a little better if it's a flat approach. So this rock, I put this here, I just dug the bank back a little bit and made a stepping rock for him to step out on. It has to be solid. If he feels any movement under his feet, the jig's up. He'll leave. A lot of times what you'll find also is you'll see tracks all around this spring hole where they smell it and they're coming into it, but it's almost like they use it as a cachet. They know that that's there. They'll keep coming by here and smelling it, and they'll be like, oh, okay, well, it's still there, so we'll just go hunt over here. Then on a night that you get some bad snow or really cold freezing temps, they'll come in, they'll work this set and end up getting caught. That's what it seems like it's always been. So I'll show you guys how to make it. It's not that hard. My equipment that I use for this, I usually use number 3s or number 2s. This is the number 2 Montgomery offset, 4-footed chain in the grapple. I just throw that right in the water. I tramp it down a little bit so it's not sticking up. One of the key elements to this is using a little bit of moss to cover up your pan. You can either use moss. I know some people they take a flat piece of shale and use a little bit of epoxy and put it onto their pan. I'm not going to do that with my Montgomerys. They're hard to find anymore. So, but what I usually do is just wet it like that, and I'll sit that there for now. I set the trap. This trap has about 3.5 pounds of pan pressure. That way when that fox steps on it, he is committing his full weight before that trap will go off and fire. Now with it being so cold out as what it is today, I can pack that moss on there and it will not come off of there, because in about 5 seconds here it's going to freeze fast. I take it down just a little bit. We'll have to dig out here just a touch. You want that just deep enough so so that that moss sticks out of the water just a little bit. As close as you can get. As close as you can get to that stone. You don't want the jaws up and underneath it. Just right to the edge of it. I don't care what anybody tells you, a fox has no fear of anything under the water. If it's under the water, I've never seen one shy away from it in 30 some years of trapping. So, cut yourself a bait sod then. Put your grapple pretty much anywhere that you want, just so he has free rein to get out. I do cover up the chain and stuff a little bit with leaves, but then that bait sod, you're going to put that right tight to the jaw. So in theory, what happens is that fox, he'll come around here. He might try and get it a couple different places, but he knows that right here is the only spot that he'll be able to reach it. So he'll come here and he'll stand on that and go stick his nose out there. And a fox likes to get his nose within a ½ inch of that bait or lure. He will not be able to reach it from standing on this rock. So he takes one step out onto that pan sod, and when he does, he'll commit and put his full weight on there to lean out and smell that bait and that lure. Game over. He'll be over here someplace. Do not ever stake your trap down solid. If you stake your trap down solid, this whole thing will be destroyed. They'll just tear it apart. Let him get out in the way, like right here, it's really rocky and brushy and everything. He's gonna only go maybe 20 yards here and be all tangled up. So that's pretty much a set right there. It's pretty simple, like I said, once you know how to do it. Another thing that I do want to touch base on is make sure that you don't walk around the outside. Get in the outlet, walk up to your spring hole, make your set, do your stuff, and then leave the same way that you came in. When you check it, only check it from a distance, just to make sure that nothing has disturbed it or it's not there. Like I said, they usually don't go far. You'll be able to see them running around in here or whatever. I usually, like this one here, I can check from the road. So we're going to put a little bit of Opossum Hollow's Autumn Harvest on. Being that it's in a moist area and everything, don't be scared to load the lure on. Water has a devastating effect on lure. So you can put some, but you want to use a musk type lure. That's what that Autumn Harvest is. It's not a food lure. You can use a food lure. I tuck that down in there, just like that. So he has to step on that in order to get into it and work it. And before I leave, I try and find a spring that has a little bit of a branch hanging over. I do put a little bit of call lure on. This is our LDC lure that we make. Get a good dose of quill on there. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, if anybody has any questions or anything, feel free to contact me or email me or whatever. And alright, hope this helps you guys out. Thanks.